welcome to the Badlander. This is an amp I've been really looking forward to checking out. Um, this is Boogie's newest effort in the rectifier world, and truth be told, so I'm a huge Mesa Boogie fan, and this is an amp that I've been really looking forward to because of how they positioned it, and I didn't try it before I buy it, or try it before I bought it. There we go. Um, so I've never really been a huge fan of the rectifier series. My first Boogie was a single rectifier head, the Solo 50, and but I just never clicked with those so much because of they had a really saggy low end to them. So hard to dial in from that perspective. And I've owned countless rectifiers. I've tried so many times with the Solo 50. I've had a dual rectifier. Rev F, I believe, was what it was. It was like a mid to late 90s, I think. So around that time frame before they went multi-watt and three-channel. Rev F or Rev G, I can't remember exactly which one it was. And I have the mini rectifier head sitting right over there. But I just never gravitated more towards that style because they weren't great for lead tones as far as I was concerned, unless you boosted them with like a Ibanez Tube Screamer or an overdrive pedal or something like that. And for me, I have more of an Eddie Van Halen approach where I want the amp making the noise, and that's pretty much it, other than like some effects and things like that, like delay chorus. Which is why I had the Plexi modified that I have over there, because I want that tone to be from the amp and not so much stomping all the time to get the tones. So when Boogie said we've refocused the tone on this, it's a two-channel like the original dual rectifier was, even though it's not really a dual rectifier, it's just a rectifier. But we went two-channel, and you got the same exact features on each channel, so you can make them the exact same if you want, and do different kind of variations on the EQ. But this is a much more focused tone and more tight response, and that was really attractive to me because I'm more of a Mark series guy with Boogie. Like I've got the Mark IV, I've got a JP2C upstairs. I've got a oh no, it's not upstairs, it's sitting right there. The Mark V 25 watt head, and I just prefer how the response is so tight from the Mark series. And when they said this is more towards that, I was like, let's give it a shot. So before I get into playing, the gear I'm going to use is a Music Man Majesty 7 Polar Noir. My French fans, if you can let me know if I'm saying that right. I apologize if I offend you with my French or unfrenchness. Majesty 7. I unplugged straight in, so here's one end of the cable, grabbing it, and there's the other end. So no effects, nothing's plugged into the effects loop. I'm just going straight amp, and I'm banging into everything here. I am not plugged into this Marshall cab, because this has got the G1275s in it, and I think, quite honestly, I mean, unless it is the dual super lead, these speakers suck. I'm just not a fan of them. One day I will rip them out and put either V30s or greenbacks in it. But I'm plugged into my Boogie cab, which is sitting right here next to it. And this has got vintage 30s in it. It's a traditional 412, not the rectifier 412, so it's the smaller one. And I think, again, it comes back to having a much more focused low end in that tone. And then I'm going into a Universal Audio Apollo Twin, and I got that right this time, motherfucker. And then I'm into Logic for recording. So the mics are Sennheiser E609 on the cab, and then I've got a Shure SM7B picking up my voice as well as a room kind of tone here. And you may hear my dog Hayden chip in every now and then just because she's not a big fan of loud noises. So apologize for that. So let's dial in some tones. I think we're going to go crunch, clean, crunch, and then crush. So we'll dial it in that way, see how they all respond. I'm going to go bold. I'm going to go 50 watt. Let's just get into it, and let's do some master volume, a little bit of gain. So we've got some tone coming out now. And all the EQ is down right now. I'm going to put everything on 5. And let's see what that sounds like. split coil thing. Wow. That's very nice. Even with the EQ flat. Let me do, let me back the presence. Actually, let me go a little bit higher. Let me do a little bit more bass. Mid's down just a tad, maybe around 4 or so, and then treble down just a tad. That's very nice. I like that. Let's do a little bit more gain. I'm going to back the master down a little so we don't clip it, but let's do a little more gain. That's kind of cool. From here, let's go to a crunch mode on this same channel. We're on the green channel, by the way. I don't know if you can tell that. I'm going to back the gain down to about 4, and let's do a little bit more treble, a little bit more mids. Let's go to around like 7 on those. Bass, back it off. Presence around like 6 or so. Give it a little more volume. Awesome classic rock kind of tone. Almost, it's kind of martially with that. I like it. Let's bring the gain up a little more to around like 7 or 8. And let me back off presence. Let me back off mid. Let me back off treble. Let's put everything around like 4 or so. Actually, maybe bring the presence up just a little. Really dynamic. Kind of bright. I'm going to back that off a little bit. Very bright, actually. Let me bring the gain up there. So let's see what the gain sounds like when that's pretty much dimed. I'm going to back the master back down a little. That's sick. So now we're kind of teetering on that Mark series like tightness with the rhythm sound there. That was borderline Master of Puppet-ish. You tell me if that's closer, or not so close. Can't talk. That's okay. All right, let's go to crush mode. I'm gonna go to the red channel now and dial this in. So let's do. I mean, crush is really, from my understanding, this is more of a balls out kind of tone, or what it's meant to do. So let's do kind of similar settings to what we've got up top there. Everything between like 4 and 5. Let's do the gain around like 7. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's go a little bit more mid. Just a tiny bit more treble. I really like everything kind of in the middle, which is surprising to me. I usually go a little higher than that. Let's do more gain. Let's go topped out here. One thing too, let me do. So my volume's all the way up on the guitar, and I'm just sitting here like that. That's so quiet. Like, not many amps do that, realistically. Like, this is, that's really impressive. Here comes the feedback. I spoke too soon. But no, like, amp buzzing, no anything in the circuit. It's just quiet, which is very nice. So here it is, dying. I'm in love. It's ridiculous.